Right before, and I mean literally right before you got COVID, like the day before you got it, or maybe the day you actually got it. We did that live stream with Phil Carson. Um, excuse me. Can you answer why do people say that Phil Carson exposed you as an FBI informant when we did that live stream with them? Because I always see that in the comments. Can you explain that?
Yeah. Well, that's a troll. That's a troll from the UK that always putting that 137 informant or whatever. He loves that word. He knows those codes. I don't know what the codes is. I bet y'all can't pull it up and tell me where I said that. No comments that. But I'll play. John, you play this audio. I want y'all to listen to it, and I'll try to explain it as best I can.
Now, in 1996, in sort of the summer around that time place, there seemed to be some federal investigations that were going on into death row by the ATF, the IRS, possibly the FBI. When you guys were going through that, was that was that something you were aware of, or was something it was information you found out later on?
I didn't find out about the investigation until after I think Shig was taken into custody on the probation violation. That's when Dan McMullen and an ATF agent by the name of John met me at the House of Blues, and on Hollywood on Sunset, and said that they needed to talk to me and they wanted to put some things on the table and let me know what was going on, and it was being investigated. And so I guess that's why Phil Carson calls me an FBI informant, because he knows as
Whoa,
well
whoa,
as.
whoa. Oh,
Go
hey,
ahead.
Reggie, hold on a second. When have
Go ahead.
I ever said that you're an FBI informant?
That's on
Tell
your
me.
on the podcast, on the podcast.
No, no. You're listening to the wrong
Okay.
podcast. Then I have
Ah,
never ever stated you were an FBI informant. I want to be clear about that.
okay. Well, that's good to clear up. So
Okay.
that's what people.
I just want to make sure.
Okay,
Well,
that's
no,
good. Okay, that's good.
people.
I respect that.
All
I
right.
respect that.
All
I
right.
respect that.
All right.
Okay. But I was like, whoa. The only time I can be ever considered an FBI informant is when I talked to. I did talk to Dan McMullen, and Sugar was aware of it, and David Kenner was aware of it, and you know, um, all that was
Well, let
ever.
me
Oh yeah.
let me backtrack. Well, first of all, why don't you tell people who Dan McMullen is? I know who Dan McMullen is, but why don't you say?
Dan
Go
McMullen
ahead.
is an FBI agent that was assigned to investigate death row for, I believe, those items you just laid out. And I think the main reason they came at me because they found out I was a witness on Alton McDonald's case, where Alton McDonald, who's known as Buntry, was they picked up his case and tried to go after him federally for gun arrest. And I had witnessed the gun to be in possession of Zeke uh, a week prior to that, and I was testifying on behalf of Alton McDonald that Zeke is the one who had that gun and threw that at Alton McDonald's feet when he was exiting the car, and they just wanted to get my testimony prior to going to court.
Okay. Is Dan McMullen the only FBI agent you've ever spoken with?
Yes. Well, in regards to that, I
No, I'm talking about at all.
no.
Any of your dealings.
I talked to an FBI agent by the name of I believe his name was LJ. I called him LJ.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
he was investigating racketeering, or not racketeering, something going on in Vegas as far as politicians being on the take, and I brought Teresa Swan down there to talk about some dealings with the club, where they thought some Vegas politicians were on the take.
Okay. No, you're correct. And by the way, just to kind of maybe fill in a couple blanks,
Okay.
yeah, LJ was my partner, and you've
Okay.
met with me too. Just to
Oh,
let you
okay.
know.
I didn't
You may
know.
not. You may not. You may. Yeah. No. And you know what? I mean, I know it was a long time ago, but no, we've met numerous times. Just to let you know. And apparently you don't remember me, which is understandable. It's been
I
so many
didn't
years.
remember that name. No, I didn't. I
Okay.
remember
No
LJ.
worries. Yeah.
But there was
LJ was my
somebody with
partner.
LJ. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
LJ was
Okay.
my partner. And by the way, when you see your father, Reggie Sr., you can tell him I said hi as well. So
Well, why
you may not
you got
remember
him out
me.
here thinking he's corrupt?
What's that?
Everybody got him
What's that?
thinking that he's the most corrupt Compton officer ever.
I put it this way, I have no control over what other people say. But like I said, I've never said that you were an FBI informant. I've never said your father's corrupt.
Okay.
So I'm just being straight with you, right?
Okay. All right, that's all we can do.
All right. So y'all heard what Phil said in that interview. Now, I haven't broke it all the way down. I'll break it down. We're going to do some segments where we're going to break it down day by day. And we'll be posting it over the month of September. We're going to call it the breakdown of the Phil Dossier interview. I can't do it too much because I'll go broke. Because there's only very few of you conspirators out there that really cares about that stuff or believes that. But I like to respond. This is what got me on YouTube, I'm going to be honest. If it wasn't for these lies and the conspiracies, I wouldn't be out here. But let's just deal with this subject. Yes, in that interview, John, and you misquoted it, it wasn't the day before. I had already got tested. I didn't even realize it till I started listening to it. I was waiting for the results to come back. So I already was feeling sick. And I mentioned it in like the first 10 or 3 minutes of that interview, 4 or 5 minutes of the interview. I said, hey, goddamn, if y'all not understanding me and my voice sound different, I got a bad-ass cold. I hope I don't have this COVID shit, is what I said. So I wasn't on my game. I was fresh out of prison in a fucking halfway house when I was doing this interview, sneaking on a cell phone. So a lot of y'all was like, I was being real nice and I wasn't being myself and all of that. Well, number one, I respect law enforcement, no matter what. I still know, and I try to teach y'all, be respectful of the law enforcement or people in law enforcement because it goes a longer way. And I'm an old black man, a black man where, we generally give white folks a little bit more respect to than we do each other. From just how we were brought up. It's sad. I know a lot of y'all don't, and I get it, and I love y'all for it. But, guys that's 40, 50, 60 years old, we were raised by our grandparents and our mothers and them, and they better gave a little bit more respect to the white folks. If not, you'll end up on the wrong side of something. So that could have been it. I don't know. But you hear what the man said? You hear what he said? That's all. It's hard for me to even go into debate it because, yes, my job was as the director of security and all of that were to take people down, and I'm a component of it. The police said they looking for me. I say, go down there and talk to those motherfuckers. Go talk to them. Go hear what they got to say. I don't say, I'm using the wrong word, talk. No, one I want to advise y'all, take a lawyer with y'all, go talk with them, but don't talk, if that make any sense. But hear them out. Why? Because it saved them and saved you from always looking on your shoulder and peeping and all of that, because, and them kicking in your doors and all of that shit. So I'm a component of that. So they wanted to talk to a person that was close to Suge Knight. We talked about it, got to prison, and Suge said, hey, take them down there, talk to them, see what they want, what they talking about, take her down there. And that's what happened. So if that makes me a snitch or an informant, when the man obviously said he had never said that. Now, I read something in the comments because I won't be honest, I hadn't listened to it. Y'all got to remember, the next fucking day, I was hospitalized and was on a ventilator and been fucked up, as y'all know. And some of y'all say still fucked up, which you're right, I'm only about 70% of where I should be. But I was fucked up that day. But listen to what the man said. So that's a lot of, like you said, people in the comments that says that. People have said that that was a bad interview, bad look, and all of that. I done got through about 40 minutes of it. We're going to break it down and talk about it on the episodes. I ain't got a problem with what I said and what I did, because I know as general manager, friend, and head of security, what my duties were. And if we can keep the law enforcement off of us by going and talk to them, see what the hell they talking about, then hey, that's what we're going to do. And that's what I believe in doing. And that was the philosophy around there. Now you go in there and start running your mouth, that's a difference. It's a difference. Go hear them out. And that's what I did. Now, did that make me an informant? Did y'all hear the man? And that man, me and that man ain't never met each other. I mean, he said, I saw him down there, but I'm talking about knew each other like that, like I talked to some people on YouTube prior to that conversation. It wasn't. But y'all can't comprehend that, don't understand that. I'm sorry. Can't help you. But call me a snitch, a rat. That's what a lot of y'all call me. I got a fool that Reggie the rat and all of that. Tell me, other than being a police officer, tell me one person that Reggie Wright went and got on the stand and testified against. I bet y'all can't come up with no motherfucking body. But I can tell you about 10 incidents if Reggie Wright was a rat. Oh my God. Yeah, enough said.